So, Ryan, you were listening there to Andrew. There was a little glimmer of hope. He didn't think it was impossible, just very difficult. What's your reaction?
It reminds me of the movie Dumb and Dumber, where the girl tells Jim Carrey, he asks, what are my chances? And she says like 1 in a million or something. And he says, so you're saying there's a chance.
I mean, look, Andrew is, notwithstanding your little dig, which I played to him, that he didn't understand it. I think he does understand it, and he outlined just now the reasons for his concern and wanting you to really articulate how you thought this would work. Do you understand his concerns? Do you accept that he, is pretty expert in this, and the concerns are valid?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Everything that I've done has always been tough. If you would have looked at what the chances of Chewy to succeed against Amazon, the odds, were very, very low. And turning around GameStop, if you asked all of Wall Street what they thought the business was going to be doing in 2026, when I joined the board, I would have said that the company would have been bankrupt a few times over. So this is it's tough.
There have been reports today saying that you've not given up on this project, and you may now take your proposal directly to shareholders for an attempted hostile takeover. Is that true?
I'm definitely not going to give up. I'm not going to stop. So
you're not denying the report, which includes the proposal potentially direct to shareholders for an attempted hostile takeover. Is that bit true?
Ultimately, the owners of the business are the shareholders, and the fate of the business is going to be decided by the owners of the business. And the vote is going to come down to who they want running the business. Do you want an entrenched management team that's collecting tens of millions of dollars in risk-free compensation running the business? Or do you want someone that's putting all his chips on the table, both through GameStop and me personally? But ultimately, the management team and the board has all kinds of perverse incentives. But I'm going to do everything to make sure that ultimately the owners of the business get to make that decision.
That doesn't sound like a denial.
It's not a denial.
Wow. Okay. So that is news. So you are seriously considering a hostile takeover?
Going to do whatever we need to do in order to maximize shareholder value for GameStop. And we've made a big investment. We're one of the largest active shareholders of the business, and I love eBay, and the business is highly complementary to GameStop's business, and it's a business that I personally understand very well and is within my circle of competence. So we'll see what happens.
I wish we had the emojis. It's so very weird to go from Spaces all the time to I feel like I've got a muzzle on,
Yeah, we can. I mean, you can talk and chat. We don't really have a back chat. I guess we do, but I don't have it open.
Yeah, I can't see the.
Yeah, my old man phone can't
chat.
handle more than like this one app being open.
Yeah, right.
So we're cool. We'll do this here. All right, guys. All right, let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
There you go.
Fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. All right. 3, 2, 1. Thanks everyone for checking out the show. I'm Sean Fitzy.
I'm Captain Wicked.
I'm Hash.
And I'm Strawberry Moon.
And this is the Echo Chamber. eBay's board kept the threshold at 20% with threshold 4. So how did RC respond? He bought more, 9.77%. And along with the price action, his new interview has people feeling a little hostile. We also got the hosts of Tardguin, the GME and everything else host or space. How's it going, guys? Y'all doing good today?
Yeah, it's a beautiful day out there. I'm having a wonderful day. I think my two co-hosts. What do you guys think?
How y'all doing?
Having a fantastic day. Sun shining, birds chirping. Excited to be here on the Echo Chamber.
Yeah, glad
Just
to have you here.
Glad the stock market's back open today after that long weekend. It's about time.
Yeah, that's the worst when it's been like shitty price action and we got a 3-day holiday weekend. It's just the worst. I actually said I'm gonna lay low on X. I said that to IB, I think maybe Thursday night, Friday morning. I did pretty good too, until yesterday. And then I made someone quit Twitter, but whatever. I wasn't even that mean, but yeah, no, it is a beautiful. What's that?
I said YOLO.
YOLO. Yeah, everyone's feeling a little tense on the GME side of things, but I guess the price is intense. It's just sideways and shit. But yeah, we had a nice little pre-show space, right? Hash, how you doing? You doing good this morning, dude?
Yeah, we had a little pregame space for a couple hours this morning. We like to hang out in spaces a lot, but today we focused on coming on the largest GME podcast in the whole world. So we talked a lot about that. Just got people ready, and of course talked about the news, all the things from the weekend, and we're just hosting spaces every day.
Hosting spaces all day, every day, and it's pretty cool. I say it's the biggest GME space, like you just said, for the podcast. It might be just because we're the only ones, but there isn't really like a space out there that talks GME even regularly like you guys do. But I like how you guys do pretty much everything. And I know you, Hash. So we'll kind of introduce you guys. I'll start with you, Hash, because you're super interesting. Well, everyone, I love all you guys. You guys are really cool. I've met you at different points of my journey through GameStop. Hash, you're pretty new to me, but I know you got I don't know, every time I talk to you, I find something cool and new about you. But why don't you tell everyone how you found GameStop? I know you found it and then you came back to it. And when.
Tell us originally I found I'm a normie, like a slightly reformed one, but still probably 90% normie. I found GameStop like I think many people did originally through like the news or mainstream media. Some family friends were kind of talking about it, but I didn't use Reddit, so I didn't have any kind of community around it. I just kind of had some and held it, and then a few years later, I was very into the crypto Twitter space, which is its own weird economy. And Squeezy Christ, from what I now know, a pretty known figure, at least in the BBBY community, came into one of my crypto spaces to talk about meme coins, his meme coin. And I was like, this is very interesting. I didn't know that there was a grander GME community on Twitter. So I found some spaces where they were hanging out, and I got to know the community over a few years. And in the last, 3 or 4 months, it's just been some really compelling news, with eBay and Ryan and all of these announcements. I feel like the news is usually dripping, and right now it's coming in like a flood. So it's been pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. So you I think you said at one point, even some of the barking puppy stuff kind of brought your attention to us too, right? I'm always interested in how people find GameStop. It doesn't matter to me how y'all find it. I've been here since 2021, just so you know, if anyone out there doesn't know.
Yeah. So Cap and I had a bond in the kind of like GME, D Squad, Bobby community over most people were pretty averse to crypto, and I think they still are for good reason. Crypto is very
I didn't know
cautionary. But Cap and I had a relationship about it, and when Kevin allegedly dropped his latest coin from his account, Cap had DM'd me, and I was like, what's this situation about, and why do people care about? Oh, it's Roaring Kitty's brother, and so that kind of dragged me back in to again the like very tinfoil lore side of what's going on. And then as a crypto person, obviously the Roaring Kitty account compromise, I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
And I was in a space, in a D Squad space, and Mags came up and was like, "Hey, Roaring Kitty tweeted there's a contract." And because I was hanging out with the actual community, I was able to get in way before my crypto friends, which drove them a little crazy. But it's been really exciting and a weird overlap of crypto and GameStop recently.
Yeah,
So
it has
it's been
been.
fun.
It has been, and it's like kind of, I might seem stubborn, and I am, but if I find something interesting and I feel like I've been into it, and even through Barking Puppy, it's kind of made me like look at meme coins and just that whole crypto environment different, because I'm even, shit coin this, shit coin that. It was all that, but I don't know. It's a different way for people to do things, as long as you're not like taking advantage of people and rugging people on that, our communities and shit. I mean, everything's got its thing. So I've been
Well, that was my major concern, because in my experience with the grander GameStop Twitter community, they weren't very. First of all, they're crypto adverse, and
yes.
they're not. They don't know the nitty gritty of the things. They don't know what to look for when someone is trying to take advantage of you and saying the right things. And like when it comes to, stock related things, they're very knowledgeable. But crypto stuff, I was like, ooh, are these people taking advantage of Kevin, of the GME community, of their own audience? Because like someone is making a fair amount of money from this Kevin thing.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if it's Kevin. I've seen blockchain evidence that like it's connected to Kevin's wallets, but that really doesn't mean anything. It could be anybody, but like someone's made like well over six figures off of this, not including the original dev.
And that's interesting. So we'll get back to that, and we'll get into the Roaring Kitty hack, because you are a blockchain guy. I know that there's you have friends that are super like more experts at it. I've been listening to your space. You guys are very knowledgeable, but you are too, and I know Captain is too. So me and Strawberry were talking. We're interested to hear what you guys know about the blockchain side of the Roaring Kitty hack, because I don't know. And there's controversy. Like, is it a hack? Was it Kitty? I know you guys have an opinion, but we'll talk about that. That's real cool. I like that stuff. So, Captain, you doing good, bro?
I'm doing very well, man.
Good. You've been around for a while, but you and I have not interacted that much on social media. I would say it's probably because of the BBBY stuff. There's
most likely
most likely you're a shareholder there. And I got this wall, not me, but like I feel honestly like there's more of a perception about me with the folks on that side. And it's really, I'll just say my part on that now is that it's not, there's a lot of fucking really cool people and really good GME shareholders on the BBBY side, and you're one of them. There's just a few fucking shitheads that I have my problem with, and I know you see that too. So it's unfortunate that we didn't get to start hanging out until recently, because you're really cool and you're a really fucking good GME shareholder. But why don't you introduce yourself to my audience and let us know how you found GameStop and when you found GameStop.
Oh, okay, most definitely. No, definitely. And thank you so much, man. No, I feel like I'm the same way, but on the opposite side. Like I have like, there was that wall between me and the GMers, but I
Yeah.
mean, some of it was definitely called for. So I mean,
Yes, self-inflicted, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But so originally I found GME because I was watching a CoffeeZilla live stream, and he had Tom Nash on, and Tom Nash just said, "Oh, there's a war going on over at GameStop," and it was like the Friday before the sneeze.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so I got in then, and then learned all about it, and then just have ridden that wave ever since. Really,
That's awesome. So, yeah, so you got in a few days before me. I got in at the very tippity top. when they only allowed you to buy 3 at a time. I got 300 and I got my first 3 shares were at $323 each. So that was
let's fucking go.
yeah, that was me. I've made a couple times I've done shit like that, like in June later that year. After that big AMC run, I took all that and put it into GameStop, and then we had that offering. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was fun too. But so yeah, so you've been around forever. Did you start? So you say Coffee's Late. How did you get to Twitter? Did you do Reddit first, and like most of us make our way from Reddit to Twitter?
So I was on Wall Street Bets, and I didn't have like a huge account, but I was able to get onto Wall Street Bets like right before they started like gating it. So I was a member before they threw in a lot of the positions, and then when they shut down Wall Street Bets, I ran to Discords, and then in like 2023, I got so sick of Discords that I went to X, and then I've been pretty much here since like maybe 2022, 2023.
Okay, so you and I got sick of well, I don't know what Discord I bet we were in some of a few of the same ones.
I'm sure.
There was that big BBBY one that like everyone was in. I think UCopy was like the mod. So I bet, but that made me like turned off on other people's Discords because of all the crazy shit that was out there, man. Like especially with the GME channels. That's why I started my own echo chamber Discord, and then eventually the show is just to like, it was just so much noise and all these other fucking Discords that I just had to like be done with it. But I like Discord. Discord's like a good medium for group conversations and shit. So
I agree with you. It's kind of how I feel about Telegram. Like Telegram as a concept is such a great idea. But Telegram, how it's most often used. Now, I do have respect for your Discord. I haven't been in it or experienced it, but everything you've told me about it, like you can't get in. I love that about Discord. Like, you can't get in. It's like the people that are selling the Discord. Like, I don't have anything against anyone who sells the Discord, and if you get value out of that, like being a member of that Discord, then all the more power to everybody else.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's
100%.
It's not the most as a BBBY shareholder there. I always worry because we've had people in there and it hadn't gone well. So I always worry that like, the BBBY shareholders in my Discord will be offended. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So, but we'll get you in there, bro. Because I think you got some tough skin. So I don't think as long as we keep it GME and that's it. But
I don't blame you.
I like that. Well, that's kind of a lie. We have a meltdown channel where we just talk shit. It was just talking shit about Barking Puppy.
Well, and it's funny too because you mentioned it, right? Because I think you're right. There is that small section of like the tinfoil pushers. Like not all of them. Like some people just like come to tin and think that it's something. I've been known to put out some tin, every once in a while out there.
Yeah.
But it's like pushing beyond the realm of I don't know.
Yeah, no, I totally know where you're going with it.
It does get wild, and it's like, damn, what is speculating on half of this stuff even doing for us, except for just keeping our wheels turning, while we could be looking for other things.
Right, like I think Barking Puppy is a perfect example of that. Like that just became crazy speculation, and even after facts were presented, the speculation just like kept going, and it goes wild. Like, so my rule is I keep it because I was starting to fall into the Barking Puppy stuff too, especially early November and December. Actually, until he got hacked.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in on that shit. So I was doing like, if you go to my older podcast, it was like we're doing updates on his movie reviews. It's fucking, now in hindsight, I fucking cringe, but like my opinion changed when he got hacked and flashed that cousin's fucking handle out there. That was when it was super obvious. But I think as a group of GME, we all kind of got here through Tinfoil. A lot of us. like I got hooked with the cycles and then the RC tinfoil. That's like what really got me in 2021. So we all have a bit of that built into us coming into things, you know. So I can see how it blows up. But you know, tin's good too. As long as you're not playing it. Like, don't fucking play tinfoil, because that's what leads to people talking mad shit and everything like that. So
100%. No, and the hype days. And I did want to touch, like, since we are hyping Tardguin a little bit,
yeah.
for these discords that charge, that's kind of why I started Tardguin as well, or we started Tardguin. It's to prove, like, if if our trading group is good, then our market cap will be high. You know?
So okay, well, what's Tardguin? It's a space. I know it's a coin. I put the little hashtag. We're not pumping coins, and you guys don't either.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'll put that disclaimer here now. Anyone listening, we are not advocating any coin. Whatever we talk about, because we are going to talk about the hack and memes and meme coins and stuff. Nothing. We're not promoting it. And these guys, I've not heard them. I've not seen it. Like, you guys name your show that, but you're not out there promoting it. So anyways, so Tardguin is the space, but go ahead and tell us about it.
Yeah, so it's basically it's a meme coin, and I'm shooting for getting as many people to have 1% as possible, and that gets you into our chat. And in our chat we talk about the coins that we talk about, yeah, on the spaces. So it's just creating a collective of a mind child
Nice.
of, yeah, just and then also has a collective liquidity pool, which, if grows big enough one day, we might be able to do some fun Web3 stuff. And but right now it just stands for a testament. So when we're measuring other coins, we can really tell what happens in our coin, and how, if no one sells, the liquidity stays there. So in these other coins that are the flash in the pan, someone's trading it, and then how they're trading it, and you gain a little bit of a deeper insight. So it is a kind of a learning club as well.
Yeah, it's cool, and the spaces kind of reflect that as well. And being that you guys are all GME shareholders, you talk just bullshit, which is cool. I like that. Like our GME spaces that are out there, when they pop up, they're good, they're informative, but they're not really just fun. You know what I mean? Like the BBBY guys had those huge spaces with 300 people every fucking day. That was just bullshitting and talking shit. But GameStop never really got that. But I think that's kind of fun. That's what I've been saying. I want to do one myself, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, big ups to, like, Ched and others out there. I mean, now Ched is dead, but big ups to Ched for leading the way on that, because I mean, his spaces were definitely a cornerstone of the way, at least, a lot of the lobbies do things, which I think is ultimately good for the environment. Having a place where people aren't BSing you on a stage, and welcoming anyone who can come up, all different viewpoints. I mean, we've had, Bitcoin maxis, we've had GME maxis, we've had open traders, and just like the shills as well.
Yeah.
Just to hear the different perspectives.
Yeah, on your space, I like it. You bring it up, anyone, Hash, and you guys, Strawberry too. Strawberry just talks mad shit. We'll say hi to you in a second, Strawberry. I like how Strawberry just doesn't fucking play when she's the host of this space. But you don't like shut it down. You sent Buddy Black down because he was gonna talk shit to me, but I was ready for that. We'll have to bring him back one day, Buddy Black, if you're listening. I know you had some shit you wanted to say. We'll have to reconvene. But I like that you let everyone up. I think it's cool. It's just like a whole vibe you guys got going, and it's informative as hell, and it's also funny. So yeah. Good job.
Yeah. Dude, thank you so much. And one of our biggest, as we transition to Strawberry, I think one of our biggest things is, like, our male to female ratio, and the female speakers has been so huge, and it's kind of awesome to hear a plethora of voices, especially in any of the spaces, getting represented so heavily by by a female voice has been kind of refreshing.
Yeah, we're like heavily dominated by men, so it is nice. And the women of the GME community for sure, fucking hysterical. So like Strawberry Moon, Strawberry Moon is the reason I started following you, and I invited you to the disc. You're with us, right, Strawberry? Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just
All
hanging
right,
out.
so yeah. I just want to make sure because I know you got it going, but no, it was your memes. I'm positive your memes caught my attention because I love a good meme. And then I think we started talking. I don't remember exactly when, but it was probably talking about memes in GameStop or something. But you showed up. I'm trying to think. I think you joined the Discord in 2024. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. I think I found Twitter in like 2023. And then I think I joined the Discord probably a little while after Kitty came back. It was
Yeah.
maybe 3 or 6 months, somewhere in there. My brain for time is really bad, so.
Yeah. So we got 3 different like stories of when people found GameStop. So Capn is a 2021 guy, early 2021, like me, and then Hash was around then, but he's back in now, which is fucking. I'm definitely like hearing about people being interested in GameStop because of eBay or even whatever it is in 2026. That's nice. But you came in 2024, right? That's where you found GameStop.
I think it was late 2023. I think it was in like October
Oh,
2023.
okay.
I was actually trading penny stocks before that because I just I had like a tiny retirement that I didn't realize I had. Like I hadn't been contributing to. It was from a previous job. Totally forgot it existed. And it's money that I just, I was like, oh well, that's interesting. It's not really doing anything, just sitting there. Why don't I just kind of learn about this aspect of investing and um, building money? Because, like, that's what rich people do. And also, it's just good to
Yeah.
know. Like, I just wanted to learn more. It was a good place to spend time and energy because if it can make me money or build my knowledge base, I'm all about it. So I was trading penny stocks and like kind of doing it slowly with little bits at a time, just to learning different candle patterns. Do it, whenever anything new would pop up, I would go research the hell out of it. And so I had a pretty decent trading base before, and then and then I moved into like Mag 7 and like Home Depot and Costco and shit like that, just because I was like, well, if I'm using these businesses, like I learned how to read charts, and then I moved into those once I felt a little more comfortable because they're way more expensive.
Yeah.
um and then I know people shit on dumb money a lot. But I was trading those penny stocks, and somebody I knew was like, "Hey, now that you kind of know what you're doing and have an idea, you should watch this movie." And like I knew about the GameStop play because friends were telling me about it, but I was like, "I don't know about investing. I'm not doing that. Good for you. I hope you make lots of money. Go to the moon. Have
Yeah.
fun. I'm not risking that. I don't know enough about it to feel comfortable." So, I watched that movie in 2023. um, and I think I had bought, like, when I was doing the Home Depot, Costco businesses I frequent. I definitely grabbed a few shares just because I love GameStop. I realized it was a thing back in the day, but I was just like, I love this business. I don't want it to go bankrupt. I don't want to lose it. I don't want Toys R Us to happen again. Like, I need this to be here for my kid in the future so we can enjoy it together. So I grabbed a few shares and then I started watching the chart and I was like, this is fucking weird. Why is it moving like this?
Yeah.
This is like, I'd watched hundreds of charts and different categories, and it was like, what the fuck is going on here? Then I watched the movie and, like, yeah, people shit on the movie, but for normies who don't know anything, it is like a good, like, super basic, uh just a way to get people like hip to what happened, even if it was off by a lot, if they didn't add certain things. It's just, to me, I was just like, oh, okay, that's interesting, like, let me look further into this. And then I
Yeah.
fucking deep dove all of the old DD. I watched all the, live streams. I went full information mode. I just opened my brain and let it fucking flow over me.
Like that. Yeah, there's a meme where the kid just like waves the book over his head, trying to do osmosis through studying. Yeah, that's good. Sorry, go ahead. Hey, you there? You're okay. You're okay. Yeah, I got you. No, I was gonna say about the movie. I didn't watch that until probably when Bargain Puppy started coming back, because he was like talking shit about it or something like that. So I watched the movie. I guess it was a good movie. It was interesting. It gave me some insight, because I do feel like, I mean, of course it's a movie, but it did give you insight into what Rowan Kitty had going on then, which is really cool. But it just left out RC and everything that happened after. That's my problem with all of those things is it ignores the fact that, we have cycles like the price action you're talking about. It completely ignores all of that. If you got in around October, by the way, God bless you, because you dealt with some really bad shit in 2023. Yeah, I'm just looking. That was probably my least favorite time was June 2023 through before Kitty came back in April 2024. That was just fucking brutal. Some might say they feel brutal here, but going down to 995 was the worst. So yeah, you dealt with some of it, but you gotta experience the Kitty comeback too, huh?
Yeah, so that's when I found Twitter. Was when he, I guess, reposted or liked the Run Lola Run tweet. I heard about it and I was like, oh snap! I have this Twitter account that I made because, like, when Trump got on Twitter, he was posting the most ridiculous stuff, and I just kind of wanted to see what kind of like crazy stuff our president was saying.
Yeah.
So I made a
Yeah.
Twitter to like and then I just left it alone because after a while I was like, okay, I'm bored. And I just left it there. So like I had an account to come back to, which was nice. It was already there. And like, it was, it was really interesting how like how I kind of found the community and like the initial interactions, because I didn't know any of the previous drama, like any of the social aspect of investing in GameStop or Bed Bath and Beyond or any of
Yeah.
that. I just came in like, brand new, like doughy eyed, like, oh, and like there are certain names like it's clear like this person's been around for a really long time and they know their shit and they're well respected in the community. And they would post banging ass memes, but like I didn't know who was BBBY. I didn't know who was elitist. I didn't know who was just kind of hanging out. So I was just friends with anybody who I vibed with. And so it put me in this really weird spot in between all of these groups that had lots of drama with each other.
Yeah.
But luckily, like you know, I'm one of those
The
people that's
unifier?
going to be, I'm just going to be straight up with people. And I'm like, if you don't like that I'm hanging out with these people, then don't hang out with me. I don't really care how you feel about who I hang out with. I'm not going to change who my friends are based on your, sensitive proclivities. Um, so I
Yeah.
guess like having that straightforward, like if you don't like it, fuck off, you can leave. Like, and sorry, should I not cuss?
No, this is
Okay.
this is
Okay.
Echo Chamber. We
I
start
don't
out
really
the show
care.
with "Let's fucking go."
Oh yeah, duh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry for a second. But
You're okay. Go.
I think setting expectations up early kind of helped me in that aspect. And then yeah, like I think my thing was like being able to bring information back and forth from one group to another. Cause there were times I'd be in a Bobby space and they would bring up something that kind of nobody had talked about before. And I would go to the echo chamber and be like, hey guys, have you thought about this? And there would be times I'd be in the echo chamber and you guys would say something and then they would ask a question in the space and I'd be able to answer it like that. And like that
Yeah.
bridge between communities, I think is really important because like deep down, we're all stronger together and we're all GameStop investors and we all believe in Ryan Cohen. So to me, it was tough to see my friends like so at each other's throats, but I also didn't understand the previous context and how much shit has been slung on both sides. But it's cool because like some of the people who were, a little less aggressive and a little more open to like meeting other people from, being a little bit of a buffer between the groups, because I guess I'm so cool, right? Like the people hang out with me and then they get exposed to other people that they might not have talked to. And then they're like, oh shit, you're actually pretty dope. It's been really awesome to see. And like, I really respect anybody who's willing to like talk through old shit and come to the realization that there are cool people everywhere, and there are also really shitty people everywhere. Like, you kind of gotta sift through if you care to. But
yeah, 2023, like I said, it was bad on the chart. It was bad for social media too. Like a lot of beefs happened then. Like that's when a lot of crazy shit was going down, and a lot of harsh words are said by both sides of the part of the group. So yeah, I don't know. Times are changing. Hey, GameStop just tweeted, by the way. A guy named Reversal thanks Adam. I think he said that, or Dope Echo. What's up, Dope Echo? Thanks for sharing that. Good name, by the way. Yeah, they just retweeted a guy named Reversal, so that's pretty interesting. Toast runs his social media, and Toast does not fucking he does hint, no question about it. There's something he has going on with fucking Halo 3. I'm not sure what it is, but this is the one. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It's not just Reversal. It's Reversal 7X.
Oh man, and so like, okay, hold on. I went back to barking puppy. Let me, fucking guy. I'm like, it's like I can't. I'm open about it too. I'll watch this shit. It's just like a train wreck. But so 419. So that we got a 7, a 4, and a 1 right there. And I know it's a stretch, but this retweet was, let me think, where was the 741 here? Oh, I will. All right. it's in the date 12/7. But anyways, and then they did, the other time this meme was used was in May 2024 on a 741 post right before we bought 4,710 Bitcoin. And I said 2024, I meant 2025. So I had that marked on the chart a second ago. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's all just tinfoil though. So, but yeah, I want a reversal. What's the chart? Did the chart reverse? No, it did not happen. All right. Thank you guys. Strawberry, you're awesome. I'm glad you're finally on the show. We've been talking about it for a while. So the time is finally now. So that's good. I'm glad. I think you're an awesome GME shareholder. I love, you're a great shopper too. We'll do Shop GameStop, I guess, at some point here. I don't know. We're already 45 minutes in, but you do Pokemon, right? Like you're a big Pokemon person.
I love Pokemon. And I am actually going to start hosting more like Poke Knowledge Space or card
Nice.
grading spaces, just to kind of talk about card grading, talk about different Pokemon cards. If someone's not sure if something's fake or not, we can look at it and see what we can figure out. That type of stuff. It's kind of my like bread and butter. I love Pokemon. And the fact that it came back around and is such a big part of what I'm invested in and my life right now. Like I have cards that I got senior year of high school from my friends because I gave all of my originals away. But I've just
Nice.
held them forever, and now I'm able to get them graded. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Well,
knowledge is,
maybe for like $80,
yeah. I mean,
right?
well, I'm gonna wait. I'm guessing they're probably gonna up their value price because I mean, if you have so much demand, you have to,
Yeah.
you kind of have to if you're a business. It doesn't make sense not to. So I'm expecting probably a price increase, not to 80, but probably a bit, kind of like when they started the grading at GameStop, it was 15 or 20 to get something graded, and then they raised it to 25 or
Yeah.
30, so we'll see. And it should be another 3 or 4 months is what they're projecting before they come back. So
Yeah. You
we'll see.
you rip packs too, right? Like you like to do that?
So
Or
I
you
haven't been buying as many modern packs just because it's kind of because I have so much vintage to grade at my house. I do have some packs that when the kid does something extraordinary or like, we're having a bad day or something like that, we'll sit down and rip a pack together. But I specifically haven't been buying modern because I want the kids to be able to do that. And I also have other places to spend my money, especially now that the stock is so low.
Yeah.
Low.
Yeah.
If it's under 25, I'm gonna buy some stock instead of rip a power pack or some cards. But I mean, I think it depends on the set too. I haven't really been thrilled with any of the sets.
Yeah.
And
No,
I'm
that's what I was gonna say.
kind of at the point where like it makes a lot more sense to buy it raw and then grade it, or well, maybe not anymore, right? It was for a while. But like, I'm a gambler to a point, but I've ripped enough packs to know that I'm not going to hit the card that I want, and it will save a lot of money just to find it and pray that it comes back a 10.
Yeah, we had a drop Friday. Nothing. I think it was like I forget what it was, but I don't know. Our prices are a little high. I think that they're backing up some stock. So hopefully prices will come down a little bit. But Pitch Black's getting ready to come out. I know Chaos Rising is out, but everyone's kind of waiting for. I guess there's a collector's. What is it? The 30th that's coming out. What's next? What's the next big one after?
30th. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the 30th is coming out, I believe, in like September. Is around when that's coming out. There's probably going to be another drop before that. But like I said, I haven't really been paying a lot of attention to modern just because, I mean, it is getting oversaturated with what's getting graded. And,
Yeah.
like I said, I've got to pick and choose where I spend my money. I'm just a normie, broke bitch. So,
Right, with kids and shit.
it's
I
like,
get it.
man, there's too many things that I want to buy at GameStop, man. I want to buy cards off the website. I want to go rip power packs. I want to buy the stock. I want to get a new controller. I want to, fuck, man,
Yeah,
I'm trying to take all my money.
yeah. I've been playing Fortnite again. I get going ways with that. So yeah,
we
maybe
did get,
play.
we did get a little bid just now. We're 2153. It's
Oh
only
yeah,
like,
we broke out. Let me
but
go
we're
to the
green
chart.
again.
Nice job.
Let's
Nice job.
go.
Nice job. Well, okay.
Thank you.
So let me show this tab. I want to talk about the Roaring Kitty. This is a nice little candle here. Would like some volume with it though.
And
Yeah.
have you heard this news about Microsoft is considering spinning off Xbox?
No. What, like
Restructuring?
as like its own company?
I guess they're considering possibilities of restructuring it as a wholly owned subsidiary, a joint venture, not an outright sale.
Huh. This is new news?
I
Or
think so.
oh, okay.
I should probably look that up.
Oh no,
though.
it's all right. I just hadn't heard it. I didn't know if it was something that's been out for a while because I don't pay. I'm an Xbox guy too. I don't have a PlayStation, but it's like been so like like their releases aren't very good. I hadn't even renewed my Game Pass Ultimate or whatever. I'd stopped that, but I turned it all back on now because I wanted to play Fortnite again. Some shit about no build Fortnite is fun for me. I think it's because it's kind of easy. I actually get victories every now and then and shit. This candle I like. Okay, so we're about 45 minutes in. I probably want to take just a quick little break. I want to talk about the Roaring Kitty hack. You doing good, Hash? He's been quiet a little bit. We've been talking about other
I'm
stuff.
back. I was
Let's
disconnected, but
go.
I've just returned. I would love to talk about the Roaring Kitty hack.
All right, give me 2 minutes, okay?
Compromise.
I'm gonna compromise. There you go. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Do you guys want to talk amongst yourselves, or let's see what this is? How long is? Let me see. 1 second.
I mean, it's funnier to sit in silence, but
well, it's that or
daily.
let's do this.
First of all, daily, that's a distinct possibility. Sometimes these things can run.
All right, I'll be right back.
I think what might be I wasn't able to read everything today, right? Busy day, lots happening with GameStop, too much to read. It's very difficult to track everything. But with some moves like this, some people are really skeptical of the moves like, this is bullshit. Meme stock, beep, 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 boop, meme stock, just short, beep, 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 boop, 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 just shorts closing. It's nothing here. Sell it, sell the news, blah, blah. Although there was no news today, right? But legitimate thesis here. Maybe some folks don't agree with that. That's fine. But for other folks, we're like, no, this is a legitimate thesis. And because there's a legitimate thesis here and material potential upside, we think like, okay, then maybe people slowly buy into that, right? And it can keep on going as people buy into the story. This is why it was important. And we said this on Monday. It's important to note, not to necessarily make a forecast off, but it's important to note that like the bull thesis hasn't really been picked up to everybody, right? Because that's potential. When you see its potential upside as people buy into the story. Same thing for the short interest. Even if you're not betting on a squeeze, those are future buyers of the stock. They're future buyers of it. If your thesis is correct, like then that's potential. Those are potential buyers. That's how you view them. And you're like, or if you see pervasive negative sentiment, that's potential for it to flip the other way. And sometimes that flip can take a while. Who's to say if like the short-term move is done? That is very difficult stuff to predict. That it's like a fool's errand to even attempt. Which all you do is kind of read the tea leaves a bit. If you do your best to guess how much sentiment is flipped in the near term, has all the news been kind of priced in? What's the chart look like? But it's really tough to predict. But indeed, to Daly's point, some of this stuff can go, and Justin's point too, it can go multi-days. Who knows though? We'll have to see. That's difficult.
I just like watching Roaring Kitty. That's about it.
Dude, preach. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's so good. And then like I went back and took a refresher after we had all that after I think the AMC video was released, and I was just like, it was night and day.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah. He's just fun and he's entertaining to listen to. I like his he's not a professional. He's just up there trying to do it and talk about GameStop because he was passionate about it. And he's just so fucking knowledgeable too. It's cool. I like listening to him. So, all right. GameStop's catching a bit of a bid for lately. We're up 0.16 on the day, though, 2.64 million. What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming out to chat. Good to see you all there. Wall Street Short Bus. Adam CNRA. Wall Street Short Bus. Is that one of you guys?
That's me.
I thought so. All right. I thought it was you. Thanks for chatting. What's up, Ape? Ape Alto. Good to see you again. Thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate it. Feel free to talk to us in chat. I'm watching it, but we're kind of just talking and stuff. But a little bit of a candle, not much volume with it. We'll break down last week or whatever it was in a second here. That was a 15-minute too. Let's see what the 5's looking like. Looks a little better. So I wonder if we got some calls. What is the option chain looking like right now? Let's check real fast. A lot of $30 calls came in right at open, like immediately. 3 minutes after open, we got hit with a bunch of calls that sold. But never mind, not very good. About 800,000 down. All right. So net call premium still shit. No calls came in to support that move up. A little move up. That's how hard up we are, guys. Like fucking 9 cents, and I'm fired up. All right. Hash. Let's talk about the Roaring Kitty hack. Well, anyone, you guys too, because I know you guys have talked about it.
Compromise.
Yeah, I had some. Someone's going to try to set me straight on that. I'm
uncomfortable with saying
between a hack and a compromise.
Situation.
Okay.
Well, a hack
situation.
Is like, he gets hacked.
Versus like he gave his info out, or like
versus anything like a SIM swap is not a hack, right? Or maybe he left his computer open, or maybe this was an old permission that he didn't give away. So, or maybe it was him.
I think he
right. Like we don't know definitively. I would say the blockchain evidence points, in one direction, and but again, I couldn't say what it was that happened, and I don't believe any information is really out there from the his account obviously was recovered. It looks like it was Twitter that did it because it was very quick.
Okay.
The headband stayed on, right? The profile picture never changed. A lot of people talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, let me introduce, because so what was it? I think it was May 12th too is when it happened. So like the date is kind of interesting on when it happened, but basically, Roaring Kitty came back. He posted, I think it was 3 memes. Well, his account came back. It was, I think, 3 memes. One was a cat. One was the like the open hand with the headband in it. Was there another one? Do you guys know? Or was it just 2 memes? I don't have them saved.
The hand with the headband, the cat. I feel like there was a third one. Oh, the contract maybe?
Oh, yeah, okay.
You must have tweeted.
I think there was one with the Pepe frog, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think that was it too. So the memes were, some of them looked very kitty-like. The cat was, and then the hand one did with the headband too. So that happened. The ticker shot up like crazy. It was after hours. Let me see if I can find it on here. The ticker shot up like crazy, and I know most of us know about it, but just to kind of like, where was it? May 12th. We put it in after hours here, and then it was immediately stuffed. The news was, well, he put a contract number in there, so it was like, he's fucking back, and then this is it. So it shot up to.
Well, it also coincided with the GameStop.
Yeah, that was the crazy part.
Right.
So that was the crazy. Yeah. So that happens. And then within like 2 or 3 minutes, I don't know exactly, GameStop releases the announcement that they're going to ask for another 1.5 billion shares. So, bad news for the ticker. So that hits at the, like, almost the exact time as air quote hack. We'll call it. I'm going to say that, but we all know what I hear you, that there are levels to this thing when it comes to like hacking. And I used to listen to a podcast that was all about like hacking, so it's pretty cool shit. Anyways, so that happened. It got stuffed. Whatever happened there, the motion was done with immediately, and then within a couple of days, the profile picture also had a change too, and that was the headband went on the profile picture, and that is still there. So okay, I feel like I did all right catching this up. But you were talking about how you think the account got picked back, Twitter saved it or kicked the hacker out, or what were you saying there?
That's my guess, just with the speed at which it happened. And to anyone who's an outside observer, it seems to follow like a pretty consistent pattern of famous people's accounts getting compromised and either promoting crypto or something like that. From what I've seen, I guess, from the blockchain evidence, it seems like the people who deployed this or who were involved made something to the tune of like $750,000. Plus, there was a bunch of creator fees from the volume of the token, right? So when you say the ticker had a lot of action, this token did. I'm going to pull it up so I don't get it wrong, but I mean, this token did millions of dollars of volume.
It's RKC, right?
In the 30 minutes that
Pump
it was
Fund.
out.
I'm
right?
Gonna go to Pump Fund. Yeah. I'm gonna try to find the coin.
Yeah, if you go to Dex Screener and then search RKC,
I got it.
It should be the first one. I've got it at 1.8 million in value right now. So yeah, I'm gonna.
It got to 12.2 million all-time high, right?
Yeah, my chart is 11.5, but potato.
Okay. I think we're on the same one. I got the Pump Fund version of it up, but
yeah. So it did $30 million in volume on the first day, and
shit.
20 million on the second day. So that's 50 million. Then after that, it really petered off. 6 million on the third day. Yada yada. So in the first 2 days, it did 50 million in volume, which is probably another $500,000 in fees, if I had to guess. Yeah,
that's crazy too. And that's through Pump Fund. Is that so? They launched it through Pump Fund. Is that how it works?
Pump Fund is a complicated system, but when your token hasn't graduated, so they have a liquidity curve where you need to put X amount of Solana or dollars into the token before it graduates, which means like it leaves pump fund ecosystem and it goes into like the real world. Now, that's an oversimplification, but once it's graduated, then you can see it on other DEX viewers, like like again, trading view of crypto world.
Yeah.
So like
yeah,
I use
yeah.
DEX Screener.
I gotcha.
And once it's graduated, you get a lot more traction and things like that. So Pump Fund makes a certain amount of percent on the fees before it graduates, and then they change it for after graduation to like, I don't know, it changes based on the price of Solana, but I think like $250,000 market cap. And so for Pump Fund, they want a token that's under 250,000 market cap that does a lot of volume.
Yeah.
Because they make 70% of the fees and you make 30%. And I think that's generous. I think it might be closer to 80-20. Don't quote me on that. You can find it on Pump Fund's website. But then once the token goes to like a few million, at that point, Pump Fund makes almost nothing. They make like 3% and you make like 95%.
Oh, wow.
And the reason they do that is because you can just make your own liquidity pools. You don't need them anymore.
Yeah, I've heard you talking about that. So. That shit's wild. Like that whole thing is like that. There's a whole nother element of like what you're talking about, liquidity pool. It just blows my mind. But yeah, there's
so yeah,
with this
token, Pump Fund made barely anything because it graduated immediately and then ran to like 10 million. And these people, from what I can see, were very knowledgeable and ready. So they already had all that stuff set up. So they were making the fees. Whoever they are is like a whole other question. But
yeah,
they bought the token early, which we call sniping. They bundled the contract, which again, they like made it look like it was across 1,000 wallets when really it was just one person buying it. And then they ran up the chart, and they seemed to know what they were doing. They knew they would have limited time. It was pretty obvious, I think, to me and to many others. Like I was in D Squad, and Mags came up, and like I hope we all knew that the likelihood was that it was not him.
Yeah.
But everybody remembers Trump token, and like I thought it wasn't Trump. And I missed a 10x on that because of it, right? So risk reward.
You played
so
it?
I threw in a
you
few
played
dollars.
It, right? Yeah, there you go.
I threw in a few dollars.
Did I lose you?
Oh, he rugged. I mean, he is glitching.
Yeah. Come back in.
I mean, I got in at the same time Hash did, but knowing that it was probably knowing that it was probably. I mean, when I play meme coins, I play with small amounts, kind of like when I started with stocks, right? I was playing with like very little amounts in penny stocks, minimal risk, right? If I lose $5, oh no, it's not the end of the world. I do it for the knowledge, because even if I'm not in it to make a 10x, I personally. I'm in it to learn about it. That way, in the future, when it becomes a more frequently used thing, and when stuff like this happens, I at least have a solid base knowledge of what's going on. I'm not caught flat-footed, trying to figure out how to get Solana into my wallet so I can buy Kitty's coin. Like I'm not. There's no hype around it for me. It's just a learning experience. So that's kind of how I do it. I like.
That's good. I was gonna say it's been a learning experience. Like I tried mayhem mode on Pump Fund, and that shit was ridiculous. I don't recommend that.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
I didn't even know what that was.
So it's like this new mode too, and they really distort like the tokens outstanding. Like instead of 1 billion, there's 1 billion, and then bots get like
it's all bots. I'm sure
0.7 billion to play with, and so they just make it like they run up the chart. Like they paint the chart all over the place. I guess I haven't played it.
It's just a bot. I guess you can turn it on, but it's just they cycle these things in and out. I have a friend, and most people know my friend, but I won't put their shit out there. But they made a good chunk of money doing it, and I was like, let me throw $20 at it, and yeah, it was not easy. I do not recommend it now. Like I don't even know. Like it's interesting shit. I'm trying to learn how to approach it and stuff. But we lost your back, Hash. So you played RKC, that did good. RKC, that's the one, right? That's cool. So is Hash back, by the way?
Yes.
Maybe I lost him.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
he
think
might
so.
be coming and going. It's fine. I just wanted to kind of like so it was Mother's Day, by the way. I think the hack happened the day after Mother's Day. I'll just throw some like, the different type. Being a sim switch would be something that happens maybe when someone's around a group of people. It's just convenient if I'm gonna whatever, I'll stop there. But yeah, dude, like, because Barking Puppy was on there celebrating we did it and shit, but I think he was talking about some other random shit, because I don't know. So what do you guys think? You think, Kevin, you think it was a hack? You think it was Kitty? Where were you with that? Am I losing everyone?
No, do
Okay.
I think it?
Yeah.
I mean, they do have the one thing in that the headband hasn't turned, like the new PFP hasn't changed. But then again, with a account that's so watched, I mean, some of the tin was that he actually did post one of the posts, but because he accessed the account, that's what triggered everything else. There's some
Oh,
one
I haven't heard
tin,
that 10. That's good 10. I like that one.
yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, here's the
that'd be
thing,
a lot though.
and I'm not on like that fence of like that RK wouldn't be into coins. I mean, I'm sure like he has a good handle on his risk tolerance, and I'm
Yeah.
sure he likes risky stuff. Uh, but now would he put one out under his own
No,
name?
I don't think
That
so.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. Like,
Because he basically rugged. Well, I don't know. We've done a decent job in the community of like throwing the warnings up, like we did at the beginning of the show. So everyone now at this point, we saw that everyone's like, "Oh shit!" A contract posted usually means a hack. But still, I don't think Kitty would want to rug his community, the GameStop community. But a lot of us are fucking here because of Kitty too. So that does seem odd that he would do that. The headband staying on is interesting. I would just think about like if it's me, if my account got hacked and I got a cool something with, I might leave that shit. Like how I have my profile pictures, barking puppies, edit of my of the echo chamber of my profile picture. I kept it because it's fucking cool, right? Like so maybe that happened. And then the people who made the hack, whoever did it, definitely were prepared. It wasn't something that they just spur of the moment, right? Like they had to have been in place and ready for this to happen to make the money. So that makes me think that it probably wasn't him either, because it was $750 $1 million. That's good money, but I don't know if he's 280 million, was a billionaire. I'm not sure if he's messing around like that, but who
no,
knows?
well, and you're right. And if you went into the spaces that these guys had, you would see that they were like just smooth operators. They were like, whales are coming in. Um, it's okay to put a couple $100 into this one because it's going.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. I was like, this is really over the top, guys. Like,
Yeah. That seems out of character. I like the idea that maybe these were his drafts, like the memes, a couple of them. I can see that being the case. Like whoever got the account saw that he had drafts in place. Maybe they saw when too. Who knows? Because you can schedule tweets, but I don't use that. I'll make drafts of tweets, and so if someone got in, they'd see all kinds of fucking dead posts I've started. But maybe something like that, because I think those memes are pretty cool. But we've seen lots of people duplicate his style and pretend to be him on X, so it's not like it's impossible. But I don't know. Maybe the fucking hack like stopped the return, because it was such crazy timing. Everything that happened in May was kind of bullshit. I'll just say that. Strawberry, what do you think? Do you think it was a hack? You think it was a hack, right?
I don't, I mean, personally, I don't like Captain said, I don't think he is averse to crypto. Like he's a very smart guy, right? Like if he wants to go make money off something, he's going to be able to do it. But like he also said, I don't think he would try and wash the GME community. I think he knows how long we've held on and how long we've been here and how loyal, a lot of us have been. So that seems out of character. I'm not saying he wouldn't do it because people change over the years. Like we don't know who Kitty is, like really.
Yeah.
So I don't like to speculate on things that like really have very little information out there too. So it's hard for me to say. I'm on the fence, just waiting to see if we eventually get an answer.
Yeah. Or another tweet. Well, I mean, it's crazy how that one tweet sent every coin that was connected to GameStop in any way, shape, or form, like through the roof, at least for the second. So it's very interesting how many bots are out there watching the things we do, the things he does, the fact that like some of the ones that they moved, I don't know, it was just wild. So I don't know, it was kind of eye opening, just in general. So. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
and it bringing in like some of the like crypto Twitter people, like definitely brought a lot of those coins into the foreground, and also having like the barking puppy uh buddy stuff go on before that kind of primed it for them, paying attention a little bit more to the side of Twitter, So I think that has
it
a
made
little bit to
me.
do with it too, for sure.
Yeah, it got me more interested in all of that stuff. I think I started. Well, Barking Puppy got me paying more attention to it, more on the defensive side. But yeah, I think it's interesting. I don't know where it's something to mess around with. Like I like playing call options, right? So it's kind of how I look at the memes. If you're gonna play them, just be ready to lose that fucking money. But yeah, it's cool. All right, so let's go move on because we got to talk about the eBay deal a little bit, and I know people might have to go. I think we lost Hash, so if we did, bro, sorry. Thanks for hanging out with us, dude. I know you got stuff going on. Check Hash out and all of his many accounts. We had a lot we could have talked about too, because that dude, I found out he is a Big Brother influencer, which is crazy. I didn't even know there was Big Brother influencers, but that's fucking cool. He's
Well, he says midfluencer.
midfluencer.
So.
Yeah, that's just great. I mean, yeah, we're all kind of low end doing it, but yeah, it's fun stuff. So okay, do you guys have anything around crypto or anything else before we move on to the eBay deal?
I want to shout out this one project, and like you
Oh,
said
yeah, go
before,
for it.
we're not endorsing anything, but like a really cool thing that's going on in like this kind of weird GME crypto mix is one of the people in our community has put out a coin called Pull Coin. And basically what it is, it's like a flywheel. So the volume that happens in the chart, when you trade in and out of a coin, a small portion of that gets pulled aside and sent to the dev, the first person, whoever minted, like created the coin. Um, and so anytime people trade, a little bit of money goes into that wallet. When he reaches 25, 50, or 100, we all vote, he'll pull a power pack and then
Yeah,
sell
that's
it
cool,
back to
by the way.
GameStop immediately. Right. Like, I mean, if I'm gonna throw money into a meme coin, like I've been really bored lately. We've been trading sideways. There is news coming out, but like I'm kind of like, I'm just waiting to see what happens, right? And instead of getting salty and bored about it, I'm deciding to, kind of stir in the drama a little bit, like just hang out, just vibe. I haven't been making as many GME memes just because I'm busy, but also because like, I don't know, I've been kind of bored. So
Yeah.
instead of spiraling out and like being in the actual GameStop drama, because there's been some of that lately in the community, I'm kind of branching out and meeting different parts of different communities on Twitter. And so like that's why he dropped this coin is just because he's bored, right? And we want to keep ourselves occupied while this sideways action is going. And so, like, if I'm going to invest, if I'm going to put money into a coin, I want it to do something that helps my actual investment and pulling power packs. And he's also got a bunch of different cool aspects of the coin. Like, he sends out distributions based on like the top 50 holders, I think, right now, and that's subject to change. But the top 50 holders of the coin get an allotment at a certain amount of time. He has this one side of the game that's like the most volume in a certain period of time. The top 5 people with the most volume into the coin will get a distribution. If you buy, I think it's if you buy a certain amount of the coin, you get to there's an interesting, like, weird whole digital card thing that he's done. He's done a lot of work on this website, but I like the volume aspect of it because, like, that's kind of how this coin works. Is that, like, the more volume it has, the more cards we can pull from GameStop, and the more kind of fun it is. I love pulling cards. I love power packs. I love GameStop. And, this person is also, I've been pretty close with them for a while before all of this. So it feels a little bit safer to me, even though it's, always be ready to be rugged. But, like,
Yes.
I have a previous, experience with this person. So there's a little more trust there. But the pull coin is pretty interesting. And
Yeah,
I've liked that. I've liked seeing like the different things you can do with meme coins.
Yeah, I think it's really
Sometimes.
cool. There's a lot of different things. It's like I mean, it's just wide open if you're creative enough, and the person running pool is trying to find a way to contribute to GameStop while doing that. So I think it's pretty sweet. And I think what were you saying? They're using the creator fees, right, to buy power packs. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, so they're using the creator fees to buy power packs,
That's cool.
and then whatever money they get from buying, from selling back whatever they pull, because they sell it back immediately.
Yeah.
And I believe right now they're doing it on stream so that people can see it, and so that it's not like he pulled like a $300 card out of a $25 pack, but he's going to pull again and then sell that one back instead because it's cheaper, right? Like, he's very transparent about like what's going on and how this is working. So, like, the money that he gets from selling the card back goes into that allotment for the top 50 holders and kind of gets divvied up for the volume, I believe, too.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, it's interesting to see how the different mechanics have kind of come together.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I think, just different ideas that are out there. If they're trying and they're not like looking for ways to rug people, it's but be careful, because usually anyone that creates these coins usually has enough control to fucking rug everyone involved. So keep that in mind. Capn, you got anything before we move on to eBay or Tardguin?
I think Hash is back.
Am I back?
Captain? Did you say Captain? Or?
Yeah, he said Captain. But am I back also?
You're back. What's up, bro? Good to hear
you.
Let's go. We're gonna move on to the eBay thing. But did you have anything before we did move on? I know we kind of lost you a little bit.
We probably both do.
Yeah.
You want to go first, Cap?
Yeah, no, I had nothing to add on this. I mean, I like Pole Coin. I mean, especially at the 8K market cap. That's about it.
All right. Here's what I want to say about crypto shitcoins. That's what I call them. We can call them meme coins all we want, but like Fitzy said, you're probably going to lose all your money. Probably don't invest. It's not investing. The SEC was very clear that these are not instruments. They're not financial tools. These are fucking not even art. They're just tokens that have no backing behind them. Usually, that is not saying I don't like Pull and Tardguin and many other meme coins, but I use my what I would go and get scratchers with at the 7-Eleven. That's the money I'm using on meme coins, and I think that's I don't give out financial advice, but like, God, it's like derivatives of derivatives of derivatives it's the same as buying pictures on the internet just without the picture, so that we don't have to feel bad about ourselves. But it's like really the same thing.
Yeah.
That being said, if you want to learn more about meme coins, come to Tardguin Spaces. We will talk about them and help you lose money, probably, but maybe not, but probably.
Yeah, but you guys aren't pumping. That's the thing. Like, you guys aren't pumping. So, like, it's good knowledge there. So, yeah, I agree. If you want to learn some stuff, go listen to that space, because they're not out there trying to get people more, fucking, they're not pumping other coins or anything like that. They're just talking crypto and whatever the fuck else, GME, whatever's going on in the world.
Well, and if we are talking about a coin that we have a stake in, whether it's a friend or we own some, at least I can speak for Capn and myself. We are very transparent about that.
Yeah.
And we almost talk about those things less because of the stigma around, shilling or pumping bags or bag working.
Yep.
Even though, again, in crypto, it's like a very normal thing. I think that we try and walk a very tightrope when it comes to, again, like promoting things. Like, we're not promoting anything. We try and be really clear about that. And the way I'm talking now, like, listen, you're probably going to lose your money. That is exactly how I talk in spaces. You're probably going to lose your money. I lose my money all the time. Fitzy lost his money on mayhem mode. They call it mayhem mode, for God's sakes.
Yep. I lost it quick. I broke even, and then I saw, like, I'm gonna try my luck.
Well, you broke even and then gave it all back, didn't you?
Immediately. Like, it wasn't even like a second. It was so fast. Like, don't
also
play
that.
mayhem mode.
Also,
but yeah, I had to, like, to break even, I had to sit in a trade like it was like a fucking normal shit. Like, 2 hours later, I had to wait and buy dips and shit. So it wasn't fun. It was not fun. So I got to figure out a new approach. And then I just lost my money. So cool. All right.
Buy Bitcoin. Not financial advice, but hey, you want to not have fun holding crypto? Buy Bitcoin. You'll lose money, but slower.
Well, I mean, 64K now.
You can bleed out really slowly from 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, GameStop bought our Bitcoin at 106,000. So that's rough.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have advised that. I feel like so you were saying how I'm part of different communities. I talked to someone, like one of the main commentators in the influencer boxing world. He wanted some crypto advice, and someone had floated my name. And we were talking, and crypto was in that phase where it was like over 100,000 for Bitcoin. And I was like, listen, like, long term, I think it's fine, but it's gonna be lower. Not financial advice, but this is a hype. If someone's telling you to buy crypto and you're calling me, I can almost guarantee we're close to the top of this. Like, I'm selling crypto right now. That was my honest advice. I was selling crypto. So not enough in hindsight, not enough.
Yeah, it's taking a shit. I feel like part of that move was RC trying to shut us up. I feel like some of this stuff, and I know it's a lot of money, so I mean, don't at me with that, but it wasn't even material. That's so it wasn't enough money for them to have to file when they did buy the Bitcoin. And I remember everyone at that time was pissed off he didn't go all in with that fucking whatever 2 billion we had or whatever it was, 1.5 maybe. Yeah, 1.5 billion. We would have been down so bad if he would have spent that 1.5 billion on crypto when everyone was saying do it and talking shit about him not doing it. So
yeah, then it would have been half stock, half crypto, and I feel like that would have been a less attractive deal.
Yeah. So, all right, that's good. Good segue. Let's get into eBay. So there's a little bit of action last week with eBay. Well, I guess a big one. It was Proposal 4 failed. So if anyone doesn't remember, Proposal 4 was on eBay shareholders. eBay had their shareholder meeting last Wednesday. Proposal 4 was to lower the threshold from 20%, to call a special meeting from 20% to 10%. It's been on the ballot a couple years in a row now. There's a guy who does it. It's kind of like his hobby, is to fucking put proposals on boards to give shareholders more rights. So that's what it was doing. It was at 48% last year. This year it passed at 42%. I initially took that as a pretty bad sign. But we were talking Captain a little bit this morning. What were you telling me about the votes?
I was saying if you looked at the other proposals that were the board recommended, you saw a constant 300 plus million votes. So I think the first one was 350 million, the second one was around 320 million, and then you saw that Proposition 4 failed with only 240 million votes. So you got about 100 million discrepancy.
That's significant. That's significant. So that I don't know what that ultimately means. Does that mean people abstain? I wonder why. But I know that there was a big campaign from eBay. They hired a firm to go out there and talk people into voting no on that. So that's new. So I'm seeing some accounts. I forget the guy's name. It's Goat Beards or something. He has some good DD. Sorry if I fucked your name up, bro. But he's very positive about the results because of the negative campaign that eBay put out. The fact that it was 42% with all that on the ballot, with all that's going on with the company, is a win in his book. So I can get behind that. Especially hearing now that a third of the votes came. There's a third less votes. Seems odd. Feels like they might have. I don't know what led to that, but they weren't even. They didn't have to adhere to it if it did pass. They have. They can just say no, I guess is what it came down to. And then the other thing I wanted to say about that is that when RC started buying in March, when he started buying eBay, this wasn't even on the ballot. So it was not a cornerstone for his bid. It probably wasn't in the plan at all. It would have made things easier, I guess, but it didn't. I do think I was looking at it as a referendum for how the existing shareholders of eBay felt about RC's bid, 125, half cash, half stock. So if that's the case, maybe they're not sold either. So I'm not really sure where I stand with that part of it, because the question now becomes what's next? What are the next moves? RC, well, we did a 425. We got a new 425 today. So we got an interview. Did you guys see that? Did you see the Piers interview? Anyone?
Yeah, I saw it.
You saw it?
And I thought it might have been a clip from a previous interview, but then I found out it was a whole new interview. And was like, what? How did I miss that? So maybe I'm locked, not locked in enough where I should be.
No, you didn't miss it. You didn't miss it. It didn't get posted until Saturday, the 19th.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sick.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought the same thing, but no, it was. I watched the whole episode, including his interview, and then I looked it up just to make sure that was this filmed earlier? And at least
it had to have been just because of the SpaceX comment. He said they were talking about SpaceX. The IPO for SpaceX is important and it needs to go well. So it seemed like it was pre the SpaceX IPO, and it was mentioning reports of a hostile takeover, which had come out. I think it was June 12th. There was a Barron's interview around then. So if I'm gonna guess, I'm gonna say it came out so if the IPO for SpaceX was Friday the 12th, yeah. So probably I'd say right around then, right before the SpaceX IPO. So not that old news at all, but kind of old. The proposal 4 hadn't failed yet. So anyways, yeah. So it was a response to Sorkin. What am I sharing here? Let me look at the chart too. We might be trying to break out. It was a response to Sorkin, who was the main guest of Piers, and Piers had asked Sorkin about RC's response, the epic, what don't you understand? It's on the website. So it was that, and then RC responded. They brought, it was kind of, I don't know, it was odd. So now that we see the 425, it makes me feel like it was kind of timed right, because he wanted the information out when it got out, but it was very heavily leaning on a on a hostile takeover bid. So, let's see.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, I mean, so I guess my question is, let me add that so the 425 came out, and we have more shares now. So his response, I guess, was to buy more shares. I was hoping maybe his response would be to buy GME shares, because we got a nice candle right when the news was announced. It was like 375,000 shares that came in. Let me go to the chart. Right when it was announced, it was right here. On Thursday, it did mark our top for the next next day, I guess, the rest of that day. So yeah, I don't know. I was hopeful maybe he bought GME as a response. Probably not. He would have told us by then, but he definitely bought eBay as a response. So he bought almost another 2 million shares. We're up to 9.77%. So I believe he's using these 425s, by the way. So every time we see one, check the bottom, because he's using it to update his position and talk shit. He usually throws a dig in here about the eBay board or something like that. But yeah, we added 2 million more shares. The put call pairs still remain. HSR has been satisfied, so we can start converting these put call pairs to shares. We just haven't yet. So we have 4 million, I think, of voting rights. I have to do math on what that is, but what a couple percent. Yeah, maybe. Either way, we're almost to 10%, but what does that mean? I don't know. Delaware 203 says that we cannot own more than 15%, and if as a company we get over 15%, we will have to wait 3 years, or whatever that law is about. So that eBay is a Delaware company. That seems like it's a pretty big hurdle. So there's all kinds of talk about, RC Ventures has 5%, or I just don't know if that's possible either. I think if anyone on the GameStop board, or anyone that is in the know about what GameStop's plans are with eBay, if they are buying secretly, it will be a problem, and the SEC will probably not be happy, and it will give people that are opposing the eBay deal ammunition at court and such. So I don't think RC plays that loose with shit. So I believe the position is what he's showing us, which is, at least to this moment, 9.77%. That doesn't mean that there's not plans to fucking, I don't know, you got to own 85% to skirt that Delaware 203 law. So that would be crazy. You would need a lot of cash to do some crazy shit like that. Yeah, let's see. So yeah, hostile. I think that's what we're saying. So you're telling me there's a chance. So I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think if he were to do a hostile bid and take the vote directly to the eBay shareholders? Do you think he's going to go back with the 125 half cash, half stock? How do you feel about that? Anyone?
God, it's so I mean, it's. Do you ever know what to expect out of RC?
Yeah.
I mean, and is this the fulfillment of the really, really big deal that he was talking about in February? I mean, I don't know. But I mean, even if you look at it we don't know what's going on, but the outcomes right now are either you get eBay or you get a big pile of cash from 80 to, whatever the price is now.
Yeah. Yeah. A big pile of
Exposure.
cash, 200 and something million dollars in profit. Yeah, I mean, that's an option. We could just take the profit. I think this is the really big deal that he was talking about. I think we haven't been told every bit of it, but I think if GameStop acquires eBay in one way or another, it's going to be the really big deal. That's a massive deal. I guess I'm asking because if it almost felt like the shareholders didn't care too much for that, but I think the bigger objection, what did they say? It was not credible, and what is it?
Unattractive and not credible.
Unattractive and not credible. And I know there's that language means certain things, but I wonder if it's just the funding. maybe they just don't believe in the funding, and that will change things. If that's the case, then whatever we know TD has backed him for 20 billion, but that's not going to cut whatever else he has planned. So I don't know, maybe that's what we're waiting on. What do you think, Strawberry? How are you feeling about this right now?
I mean, I think part of the reason why I've kind of stepped back and kind of I'm just observing now. You know me, I don't like to. I like to see what other people have to say, right? And I like to kind of like toy around with their ideas. I'm not one to speculate. Like, I know that I'm not a CEO. I know that I don't have a brain like Ryan Cohen. Like, I personally, I'm not one to rush to be the first to have called it. You know. So I think that's part of why I've like taken a step back. But like, no CEO goes out there and drops his balls on the table like Ryan Cohen has, and doesn't have multiple different avenues to get what he wants done. Right? Like, this is kind of, if he doesn't get eBay, because he's straight up said, "I'm not giving up. I want this. This is my baby."
Yes.
You know, I'm not speaking in generalities anymore. You know. I think that you know, I'm just trusting the process, and you know, rather than spiraling out because I'm bored and can't figure out what's going on, I'm just kind of vibing with my friends. Um, so that's
Yeah.
where I'm at. I love hearing what, you know, what everybody has to say, because some really interesting stuff has come up about like potentially like side skirting the 203 rule if they can prove that the board is not working in the best shareholder interests, which would have to go through court, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's something that he would want to do, but like having that information and knowing, and that's kind of part of why I like to be friends with everybody who's smart, right? Like, or
Yeah.
anybody who's cool and I vibe with, is because you get a lot of different perspectives. But like, I've heard that that's one way to side skirt it, is if, and by putting all of the tweets into SEC filings, it makes it much easier to bring as evidence in court if he's
That's a good
going to,
point.
because tweets really don't hold up in court, right? Like, there's, you have to jump through a lot of hoops to get those like admitted as factual evidence. But an SEC filing, I mean, come
Yeah.
on, you
And
can't really deny that.
unless you're RC, and then they just put his tweets in all kinds of fucking filings. I heard you're the meme king.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
whatever that
god.
shit.
Has anybody called you a meme daddy?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I love the idea of the deal. I want this to go through. I'm sure RC has way more in store than what he's showing us. It's all like he's working a plan, and I'm positive of it. It's not just winging it. But he does have the option to just
Oh,
like fucking pull the ripcord. What's up?
well, if you remember the space where I think it was Charles, I think, the guy who worked with him at
Oh
Chewy
yeah,
came
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
and was chatting with us. He was like, "This guy's like he's kind of a bulldog. Like, he means it when he says he doesn't, you know, work hard or leave." Like, I've been in those think tank uh, situations. We've been in meetings until the problem is solved. And like, this guy, you know, when he was running Chewy, his job was to go through and read every review and make sure that the people were happy and the business was running well. And like, to hear a hand account of like, you know, this guy stands by what he says, and like, you know, I mean, I'm just excited to see what happens. I think eBay has so much potential, especially considering the partnership with PSA and how
Yep.
they're already working with eBay. And, you know, to me, it's like too big for my mind, because I mean, I make memes and I bullshit on the internet. But like, I'm very excited to see what happens, especially after that firsthand account of somebody who had a desk with Alan Attal. Like, you know, you can't get better than that. And you know, we verified that as much as we could. I mean, you know, he's legit. So it's nice to see him around. I'm glad that he jumped in and
Yeah,
found us.
he's in the Discord.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool when we get people like show up randomly out of just because of news, or because
I love it. I
somebody
fucking love
said
it.
something. It's my favorite. Like,
Yeah.
you know, then you get to drop a bunch of knowledge on them, and bring them into the fold and, teach them about Twitter. Like,
Yeah,
oh
I
God.
know. I'm excited to give Hash all of the lore that he's missed out on. We're
Oh,
gonna
dude.
have like a lore session. Are you still there, Hash? I think I hear you.
I'm here. I'm definitely here.
How you feeling about this eBay?
Having Canadian internet problems. We got storm clouds. It's terrible news.
Yeah, weather's probably pretty nice. Well, I guess storm clouds isn't nice. I'm in California. I'm good with my weather too. Actually, it's fucking beautiful here.
It's
hot.
it's a little humid today, but no, it's just the clouds. They're covering the satellites.
Oh yeah. How you feeling about the eBay deal? Any thoughts? Any predictions? What are you thinking?
Any predictions? I feel like there's, just like Polymarket says, like a roughly 20% chance the deal goes through this year.
Yeah.
I think Ryan has a tendency to get the things he wants. And if it's not eBay, because maybe it's not eBay, maybe this is all a whole other thing going on behind the scenes.
Maybe it could be
whatever that is.
Kansas City
I think he'll get.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Right. Look left. Siegfried or Roy taught us that.
Yeah.
When you really want them to be moving right.
Yeah, maybe.
So I'm excited though. I'm excited. There's more news coming out. Like, when was the last time we had like 10 Ryan Cohen interviews in 6 weeks?
Yeah.
So it's exciting times.
Yeah, I think part of this is, well, I don't know. The GameStop price will impact a lot of stuff, and us being at 21.55 does not make. Well, it means a whole lot more dilution to get to the shares, that the half shares. And if we did sell at a higher price, we'd have a whole lot more cash too. So like that plus the warrants at $32 plus, I don't know. I just feel like he has motivation to get this price up. I'm just looking. We're going to start talking about the chart here in a second.
Now, are you seeing that dip in SpaceX as well?
Now, let's see. Capn, you got anything about eBay before we move on? No.
Just always everyone should follow Liz.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Well,
Liz knows her shit. Yeah, SpaceX guy. 165. Yeah, Liz does a good job. She's not an eBay shareholder. She's just, a journalist that's kind of in it for the love of the game. So it's pretty cool. She's got good info. Definitely like listen to her. So okay. All right, we'll get through the week pretty quick here. We've already been on almost 2 hours. Time flies when you're having fun. So let me get to my chart. It wasn't great. It was just kind of flat. We were down 1.32% on the week. So I got our high as market 2203 set immediately in the week on Monday. It was a 4-day holiday week. It was OPEX. It was a big OPEX, and it was quad witching. So everything was a formula for a flat kind of meh low volume week, and that's exactly what we got. 25 million in volume total for the week. It's not crazy low compared to what we've been getting. Pretty much right around that. Yeah, 25, 26, 43 earnings week. So we got a bunch of volume there, but we've been right around the 25 to even worse for since Burry. Fuck that. Sorry, that was aggressive, but that dude came out and fudded the shit out of our biggest move. I'm still irritated about it. So top to bottom. Go ahead.
What's funny about that is like when it was slightly higher than when he got out, he was like, "Oh, this is like a great price. I'm getting more."
Yeah.
And then it dropped more, and then I think it was the eBay news, and maybe he was just unhappy about that and was like, "I'm out." But to say like, "Oh, this is bullish. I love this price. I'm buying more," and then to sell at a lower price is, it's a choice.
It's random. It's almost fucking doesn't make any sense. Like he bought at 25 and then it ran and he fudded the top and then said he's selling like under 25. So who knows when he actually did any of this and how much or whatever, because he never showed his whole position. But it felt to me like he was manipulating the price, and he's done it a few different times when he announces his buys in January. When he was doing that, it was just, I don't know, I feel like that dude's just playing us. So I am out all the way on Burry, man. If he comes back, I'm gonna give him the keep my ticker out of your mouth meme. That's where I am with Burry. Yeah,
That's right.
I was out on him, and then I went back to him, and then I had to go back out. Like, I was right initially, but whatever. All right, top to bottom, I think it was a 3.94% move. So, not a ton of range. That was Tuesday morning. Our low was set 21.13. Was that Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday morning. And then we bounced, 3.8% move up. No money to be made. I talk about these moves down and up. So if anyone's considering options, you can kind of see what possibilities were there for the week. And a 2-day 3% move is not a possibility. Just been like that for a while now. There's just not really been very much to play with. I'll pull up the option chain in a second. By the way, what's up, Snake? I saw you out there, bro. Thank you. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. Volume on the week, like I said, 25 million. It wasn't a lot. Monday was 4.7 million. It was a holiday week though. 6.3 million on Tuesday, 4.6 million on Wednesday. Thursday, 9.2 million. And I wanted to make a note of that because you don't see the 9.2 million until you go to after hours. And we took a 4.49 million share settlement candle 1 second after close on Friday. So, it's pretty typical settlement, quad witching, OPEC shit, but it's still annoying to see. I made a tweet about it. Like, we had only done 4 million on the day prior to that, and then no price action, 4 million share candle, whatever the story is, mismatched, whatever the fuck it is out there. It just seems like fucking bullshit to me that they dump 4 million shares and we see no price action because of it. But yeah, that's pretty standard for quad witching and OPEC. So, all right, option chain. Let me share here instead. It's been ugly. And this is probably the main reason price has been suppressed. Today we're at negative $725,000 calls sold, and that's been the case since the Burry FUD. Where's the 30th? It's not even on here anymore in the last 30 days, but it's been. So the chart here on the right is net call premium. Red is puts, green is calls. Calls to the downside, you can see the dollar amounts over here. So that's 1.5 million in calls sold off. Pretty kind of standard right now. And we've not had but one green day of call premium, maybe two. That was earnings, the surprise earnings. Is that right? Anyways, what was this day? I forget. Every now and then we'll get like some random pop and then they sell that shit right back off. But it's just been fucking brutal. And that is having an impact on the price, keeping it in place, maybe slowly pushing it down. It's not been good. No big contracts. Just nothing really happening on the chain. Just call selling to manipulate the price. All right, let's see. Gaps. We'll pull up my gaps real quick. So we didn't fill our gap last week. We got down into it a little bit. So the gap that I'm still watching and that I'm concerned about, well, it's for sure this one at 21.13. It doesn't fill until 20.93. The fact that we're just kind of meandering around here above it, it's a time kill kind of thing, and it honestly has me worried for the next, I don't know, couple weeks. So I marked off when earnings is. We also got a gap down here at 20.09 and 20.69, but I marked off where earnings is, and this falling wedge seems to be leading us right to, not sorry, I said earnings, I mean shareholders. Seems to be leading us right to GameStop shareholders meeting. And I could see us like filling a gap and going from there. It kind of feels like, I don't know. It's just sideways, boring, just nothing price action. It's a little falling wedge, nice falling wedge, but just no volume. And until we get some, it's probably going to be more of this. In terms of cycles, we're entering our worst part of the year. This is the echo chamber. We are GameStop bulls, but I'm, I see a little bit of flat in our future, but June to end of August is usually pretty weak for us in general, like across the board. And then we start catching our bids at the
But
end of
also
August.
wasn't May usually, sorry to cut you
Yeah,
off.
you're
Wasn't
right.
May usually bullish? So like maybe it's shifting up a bit, or some
Absolutely.
swaps have changed, or I don't know. You never
Yeah,
know. But
you
I
never
think
know.
realism is good, right? We're GameStop bulls, but being real about historical data is also very good.
Yeah, so our cycle months, and we don't hit them all, but it's January, March, May, August/September, because that's when earnings is. End of October, beginning of November. That's usually, and then end of November also. Those are the time periods where we get our shot at a move, and then we usually get about 4 a year. We definitely get 4 a year. It's just a matter of when, and as time goes on, I keep getting disconnected. As time goes on, how big they are changes as well. So, but they're super evident in 2021. Just nice, pretty cycles. Poop. That's August, end of August run right there, and in November or beginning of November and in November. You got January, March, May, August. They hit. You got May. No, that was May. And then this is not for long. So that was March. That's May. That's January. You can see them. They're there. They're always there. There's the nice big May one. And you're right, Strawberry. We did not get our May move. And that was the first time ever. Well, they dumped a bunch of volume, though, at the very beginning of May here, which concerns me that they might have kicked it. We got 40 million traded right at the very beginning of May, which is a bad sign usually if you don't keep going. Anything over 20 million is pretty concerning. It feels like they're kicking a can. So maybe we got something in store for July. Maybe RC wants the price to go up ahead of shareholders meeting. I personally don't think he needs the votes at this point. I think the 1.5 billion is going to pass. I think his comp package is going to pass. If the 1.5 billion doesn't pass, the eBay deal is going to be a problem as it currently sits. We don't have enough shares available. So, especially with his comp package included in that. So we will need, but again, all that's going to pass. I don't have any question around any of that passing. I think the shares might have a harder time than his comp package, but it might go the other way. People seem to be focusing on the comp package. So, all right, hopium. Let's see. This is my UCopy chart.
Well, hey, can I cut in for a minute because I
Yeah.
have to run? The
Yeah.
kids woke up, but I just want to say thanks for having us. We've been talking about getting on the show for a while, and glad I finally made it. Thank you to everyone in the chat. I haven't been able to read any of it. I'll go back later, but all of my friends who are here or have stopped in, like, I love you guys. I love the GameStop community, and like anyone I know from any other stock community that I happen to. You're all awesome. Thanks for making the ride a little more fun. Um, I'll see you guys out there. And Fitzy, thank you for the echo chamber and giving out good, like, solid information. Like, I hate it. I mean, I know sometimes people share things that they hear and it sounds really legit, but like when it comes to the echo chamber and you guys, like, I always go verify myself anyway, but like I feel a little better shouting out info I get from you guys because I know you also care a lot about sharing factual information. So like, fucking shout out.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Good job. I'm glad you got on, Strawberry. We've been trying for a while, so good job. Thanks for coming on. You guys follow Strawberry Moon. I don't know what her ad is anymore, though. Let me find it.
It's a Starberry Moon.
Starberry, and then
there might be an X in there. I don't know, man.
You're one of
Don't
the
worry
hard.
about it.
You're very hard for me to find when I try to search you. because of
Maybe I'll shift the handle at some point back to something more like my name.
Search Straw Meanie. You'll find her there.
Yeah, Straw Meanie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm such a bully.
She is a bully, so be careful. And she's an awesome GME shareholder. Give her a follow and go say hi in the spaces. She's up there all the time. You'll see the little purple circle. She wants you to go say hi to her. Thank you, Strawberry. Appreciate it.
Yeah, enjoy. Have a good rest of the show. I'll be listening, but
yeah, we're gonna wrap.
I'll catch you guys around.
Yeah, thank you. We're gonna wrap pretty quick here. We're almost done because the chart is the least fun of the day right now. I do like this falling wedge though. Too bad it's on the daily. This is my hopium. This is my U copy chart, by the way. This is June 2023 through April 2024. So, the next move is Kitty's return. I just found it interesting. That doesn't mean shit at all because fractals don't ever actually play out, but we're kind of following it pretty seriously. So keep an eye on that. I don't know what'll change. We need some kind of catalyst to send us up. XRT Reg Show would be that catalyst too. It's still on Reg Show, but give me 3 days after that and you're gonna get a move of about 15% every single time, sometimes more. So still on Reg Show as it stands, but that'll come soon. So I don't know. You guys got a guess? Captain, do you got a prediction for the high of this week?
Just up.
Just up? Okay.
Yeah. I'm just forever bullet. I mean, I don't trade like the chart day to day, and I don't really do options. Because I mean, I just haven't seen a good opportunity in a while for options.
There hasn't been.
I like to play them long, and just the market, like, what, in 2024 when it was at 10, like that was the time. And you knew it, right?
Yep.
You can look at it, you knew it. But yeah, so I'm just like accumulating shares. So I just go with the just up at some point.
That's the way. That's the way. IV's at 32.7, by the way. Yeah, it's been terrible to play calls. It's not been good. I'm just waiting for that time to play them though, and that's pretty interesting that IV's so low. So, okay, just up and
it's kind of like the same thing I think about meme coins too. If you're playing that options game, you got to wait for the time and the ticker and the volume, and if you can lock in all those metrics that you follow, then it's the right time, and you got to follow it to know.
Yep. That's kind of why I try to keep my eyes peeled because I don't want to miss the next move up. So, okay, Hash, do you got a prediction, or is it just up for you too? I think you guys.
Just up. Well, I mean, there'll be some chop sideways for a while, but then yeah, I think up long term. I think a lot of people didn't like hearing Ryan say, I want Kitty as long as she's here for the long, 5, 10, 50 years. So I think long-term bullish, but I don't know about short-term. I think there's going to be some rough waters ahead. But I do think long-term, just like with many of my investments, that the upside just outweighs the downside. So
yeah,
I'm saying up only.
Up only. Yeah, I think so. I'll try to give a number. And I'll be realistic. I think, if we break out of this trend right here, is a pretty nice falling wedge, and it goes all the way back to the start of May. So we've been bouncing up against this now for a while. So a break here will be something significant. So I guess my question is, do I think we're going to break? And I'm not sure we do. So maybe we've had our high. God, that sounds terrible. I'm bullish. No. Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling we're going to be trading sideways, but I also have a feeling we won't fill this gap either. I feel like they're going to bullshit us this week, and we just kind of live right in this little fucking range down here, and then they try to slowly gap fill us until shareholders, and we're waiting for some kind of news or a catalyst or something that'll push us up. and then we start worrying about 25 because that's the motherfucker right there. Just gotta get past it. So step one, beat the trend, and unless we get some volume, I don't think that's gonna happen so easy right now. But volume will come back, and who knows when. I talk shit about OPEX all the time, but April OPEX fucking ran for no reason. So just because it's how it is, it has been in the past, doesn't mean that's how it's going to be going forward. So, okay, I don't have tinfoil. We kind of did some shop GameStop. We're gonna wrap this fucker up, but yeah, GameStop tweeted. They've been tweeting interesting tinfoil stuff. We talked about that. Community wise, check out IB345Y45. I think I said it right, but he's got this cool little fucking bot going that buys GME shares every time an eBay board member sells their shares. So that's pretty fucking sick. He's got ChatGPT just running that shit for him. So check that out. You guys got anything you want to anything you want to say before we get out of here, Captain?
I just wanted to thank you for, one, having us, but two, setting up, this, outlet that you've set up in the echo chamber. It's a wonderful thing, and for having us, it's beautiful, man. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you guys. This is honestly, I know it's just whatever we've been. This is kind of a big step for me on my show. Like, we talked Bed Bath and Beyond and meme coins at the same time. So, that's kind of a big step, and I'm pretty happy about that. So I'm glad you guys came on for sure. I need to do better about meeting the rest of the GameStop community is kind of how I feel about it. So it's good. I'm glad I Strawberry led me to your guys' spaces and stuff. It's been a lot of fun. Hash, you got anything before we get out of here? I don't know if you sound like you're traveling.
Yes, I do. Also, big shout out to Strawberry because again, she's been so supportive and welcoming and has been helping me with the lore for like 2.5 years. I wouldn't have had the same trust in Cap if it wasn't for her. I wouldn't have met you if it wasn't for her. And then a big shout out to you for having us, Fitzy. It's been great being on the echo chamber. Even with my technical old man difficulties, it's been a real blast. And then my best friend Sandra, who's definitely in the audience.
What's up,
huge
Sandra?
shout out. Come to Tardguin Spaces tonight. I assume that Fitzy will probably pop by. We'll do a part 2 if you're interested, if you're crypto curious, or if you want to talk shit to us, or whatever it is. We're happy to have you. Diversity leads to unity, and I think that we have more unity now than we've had in a long time. And I just appreciate being a part of that.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys too. So yeah, I will. I'm gonna. It's all family stuff. So my wife comes in and then she leaves because she's got places to go. So I slide in when I can, but I'm going to try to get in on the space tonight too. Sandra's awesome, by the way. Shout out, Sandra. Shout out all of your hosts. They're a lot of fun. I'm not going to try to remember them all. Community wise, follow me. Not me. I mean, whatever. If you want to follow me on Twitter, that's cool. But subscribe to the YouTube account, Echo Chamber YouTube, please, if you haven't. Like the show if you haven't. I'm so bad at self-promotion. I really should be doing this at the very beginning of the show. You don't think Adam doesn't think that IB's spot's gonna work good? I bet it does. Well, the concern is that he buys as many shares of GameStop as eBay sells, and then that would be just fucking terrible. I mean, it'd be good. He'd have a bunch of GameStop shares, but that might not work out. Anyways, yeah, follow the show. So this is the live recording. I do these every week. And then the next couple of days, because I have today and tomorrow off, I'll be editing the show. I'll be putting out clips as I go. So keep an eye out for that. The show will get posted probably Wednesday after I get home from work. I got to do inventory Wednesday morning. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get it out before because that's a shitty day. But the show will probably be out Wednesday. But I'll be linking back to this the whole time. So anyone out there could have already listened to this. I think that's it. All right. That's all I got. Thanks everyone for coming out to the show. Thank you, Hash. Thank you, Captain. Hash, do you got an @ What's your @ bro? I didn't even get that. Let me find it. It's like it changes a lot. So it's @ let me see, you might have hung up already. It's at underscore XDJFQ, but he's a man of multiple accounts. So, and then Captain Wicked is at me. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to do it for you at Meme Stock Millies.
Yeah, and so meme, you can spell that stock, and then Millie, MILLYZ. Follow them, follow their space. Thank you guys for all coming out to the show. Let's fucking go GameStop.
Why does everybody want us to fail? Why does everyone want GameStop to fail? And why is everyone, like the media as an example, why is it that you've got a management team with no skin in the game? They're not builders. They haven't built anything themselves before. They've basically just been employees at major companies, have been overpaid. I don't think they've ever broken out a sweat in their entire lives. Why does everyone want them to succeed? But when you have someone that, and by the way, this is going to be coming out. It hasn't been filed yet. Maybe by the time that, when this airs, it will be. But I'm putting $500 million of my own money into this transaction. I haven't pulled a penny out of GameStop. I've invested a lot of money into GameStop. I've been doing it for a long time. GameStop's a much stronger business today. Everyone hates GameStop, and it seems like everyone in the media basically wants us to fail and wants them to succeed. And you've got a board that's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. They don't buy stock with their own money.
Fitzy!
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 Fitzy! Jesus Christ, me and Fitzy are like best friends now.
Where is he?